Okay, who will be doing first? Shasa, are you doing today? Shasa?
Yeah, madam.
Okay, right. You can start.
Madam, can you see my screen?
Yes, Buddha. I can see.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Shazam, and my research topic is improving active participation of grade 9 boys in English lesson. Introduction. Active student engagement plays a crucial role in English language learning as it allows students to develop their speaking, listening, reading, and writing skills more effectively. When students actively participate in lesson, they gain confidence, improve their comprehensions, and become more motivated to use English in real life situation. However, in my class, maintaining high levels of engagement can be challenged, especially among grade 9 boys. Many factors contribute to this issue. Some students may find English difficult or uninteresting, while others may feel shy or lack confidence in expressing themselves. Social influences, including peer pressure and fear of making mistakes, can also discourage boys from actively engaging English lessons. Educational theories emphasizes the importance of active learning and student-centered approaches in improving engagement. For example, Vygotski's social learning theory highlights the roles of social interaction in learning, suggesting that students participate more.
Shasa, that can't you enlarge this? I can't see anything. That means there's something wrong with your uh, interface or something. Can't see anything. So you better enlarge it and uh, go to a slideshow mode. Now okay, right. Okay. Wait. Give me 1 minute.
Okay.
Miss Shasa. Okay, right.
Madam, do I need to start from the
Oh,
beginning?
yeah, from the beginning.
Good evening. I'm Shaza and my registration number FNR 210242. My research topic is improving active participation of grade 9 boys in English lesson. This is the table of
Why
content.
it is boys? There are only boys in your school?
Now, madam, I have selected only the boys. I have taken
Ah. Why is that? What's that special about boys?
because
Hmm?
because to see the participation. That means they are lack of active than girls.
So you have to justify that because that there
Yeah.
will be a thing because we can't be partial like that only for boys. We have to do only for the girls. We can't do like that. So you have to justify why you are doing that.
Mm.
There should be a reason. So then because we can't select only boys or only girls. So you have to select from both. If possible, you try your best to select from both, right? So now if
Okay.
we have this kind of thing, so they have low scores, or that they show some difficulty in the subject or something, we can do that. Otherwise, that we can't say that they are not participating. So I have taken all. You can't say only for boys, right? So think
Uh,
of that also, right? Okay, continue.
Introduction. Active student engagement plays a crucial role in English language learning as it allows students to develop their speaking, listening, reading, and writing skills more effectively. When students actively participate in lesson, they gain confidence, improving their comprehensions, and become more motivated to use English in real life situations. However, in my class, maintaining high levels of engagement can be challenged, especially among grade 9 boys. Many factors contribute to this issue. Some students may find English difficult or uninteresting, while others may feel shy or lack confidence in expressing themselves. Social influences, including peer pressure and fear of making mistakes, can also discourage boys from actively engaging in English lessons. Educational theories emphasizes the importance of active learning and student-centered approaches in improving engagement. For example, Vygotsky's social learning theory highlights the roles of social interaction in learning, suggesting that students participate more actively when they collaborate with peers. By understanding this theory, teachers can implement more engaging strategies to encourage participation. This study aims to explore and implement practical strategies to increase the active participation of grade 9 boys in English lesson by incorporating interactive teaching methods such as group discussion, games, and project-based learning. This research will identify effective ways to make English lesson more engaging and meaningful for students. The ultimate goal is to enhance the interest in teaching and learning English, improving their language skills, and create a more interactive classroom environment. Second, identification of the problem. In my class, grade 9 boys shows
Now
low
that
participation.
did you talk about the objectives?
Which one,
Not yet.
madam?
Did
Not
you
yet,
talk
madam.
about that? Not yet. Okay, right.
No, no,
Okay.
no.
Okay, okay.
Identification of the problem here. In my class, grade 9 boys show low participation in English lesson, which affect their learning and overall performance. They often hesitate to engage in discussions, answer questions, to take part in activities, making it difficult for them to improve their language skill. Several factors may contribute to this issue, including a lack of motivation, limited interest in the subject, and the teaching method that do not align with their learning styles, and fear of making mistakes can also discourage them from participating. Observation from classroom experience indicates that when lessons are traditional and teacher-centered, boys tend to passive. However, when activities involve group works or games, they become more engaged. This activity aims to explore these challenges further and find effective strategies to improve their participation. Significance of the study. This research on improving the active participation of grade 9 boys in English lesson holds significant value for student, teachers, and curriculum developers. For student, increased engagement in lesson enhances their confidence, communication skills, and motivation to learn English. By incorporating interactive activities such as group discussion, role playing, and gamification, students develop critical thinking and teamwork skills, making the learning process more enjoyable and effective. For teachers, the study provides insight into the student engagement barriers and introduces innovative teaching strategies to create a more dynamic and inclusive learning environment. It highlights the effectiveness of technology, enhanced learning, and student centered activities, enabling teachers to foster better classroom participation. And curriculum developers also benefit from this research as it emphasizes the need of an engaging the interactive English curriculum. This research aimed to enhance the English language learning outcomes by improving students' motivation, participation, and language proficiency. When students actively engage in English lesson, they are more likely to develop stronger speaking, listening, and comprehensions. They are more likely to develop stronger speaking, listening, and comprehension skill, leading to better academic performance and real-world applications of the language. These are my research objectives. Now, my first objective is to evaluate the effectiveness of interactive teaching techniques in increasing student engagement. Traditional lecture-based method often fail to capture students' interest, particularly boys
Okay,
who may.
yeah, we'll change this, right? So
Ah.
we'll change this to increase students' engagement. To increase students' engagement in lessons.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
To increase
Student engagement in the lessons effectively by using interactive teaching techniques.
Okay.
Then to identify the factors affecting the active participation of grade 9 boys in English lesson. To identify the factors, factors for the less participation of boys. To identify the factors for the less participation of boys in English lessons. Next one, to enhance the we can't take reading, writing, speaking all. To enhance the what can you emphasize more in this in these that is
Writing.
speak so to enhance the writing skills of students through interactive activities.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, madam. And my research questions are, in my research, I am to understand why grade 9 boys are not actively participating in English lessons.
Now, when you are writing research questions, the objective should be converted. Go to objectives. Now, what is the first objective I told you?
To increase students' engagement in the lesson effectively by using.
Then your question, you can use the question, how to increase the student engagement in lessons effectively. How to increase the student engagement. How to increase the student engagement. The same objective should be converted to a question. Now, second one, how to identify the factors affecting active participation of boys in English lessons. How to enhance the reading skills of the students, like that. Like that. The same thing should be converted to questions.
Okay. And the clause contents, this research is conducted within the specific classroom when a grade 9 boys are taught English. The classroom setting plays a crucial role in shaping student engagement as factors such as teaching methods, peer interactions, and overall learning atmosphere can significantly influence participation level. A supportive and interactive environment can encourage students to be more involved, while a rigid
Close context means how did you identify these things? Through observation, by checking their documents or their test papers, by checking the test papers, by interviewing. Now, what are the ways you found all these things that they have less participation? That is called close context. Right? Okay. Close context means that what are the sources that made you identify these problems, right?
Okay. So, academic contents.
So academic context means the literature review. So I gave you the format, author, name of the research, the name of the journal, author, year, the content. So like that I have given you in my presentation. So you have to prepare it like that. You have to read 10 research journals or whatever it is related to your topic and complete that one. That is called academic context.
Okay, madam. This is my intervention plan. Is it okay?
Group activities, gamification. Okay. Students will work. Okay, explain that.
The intervention plan for improving grade 9 boys' participation in English lesson include 3 main strategies: group activities, gamification, and project-based learning. In group activities, students will collaborate on discussion, role-playing, and writing tasks, which will help build confidence and reduce fear of making mistakes in front of the class. Gamification introduced the fun, competitive elements like quizzes and language games, making more engaging and motivating. Finally, project-based learning will involve real-world tasks such as creating a short play allowing students to apply their language skills in practical, meaningful ways. These strategies aim to foster active participation and enhance the overall learning experiences.
So then intervention plan, if you are doing it for 2 months, there can be some, now here that we know that action research means planning, implementation, observation, and reflection. So then first you have to plan. You can have some activities or even you can prepare it for objectives. So anyway that we have to prepare intervention plan to achieve the objectives. Now imagine you have the first objective. Under the first objective you have activities, then you have sub activities. Under sub activities you can explain these things. Then you go to the second objective, you have activities, sub activities, then explain. So if we consider about group activities, you can have some sub activities. Group activities is the main one. So then you can have sub activities. So there we can have group activities to write parallel writing. So then another group, they get together and do jigsaw writing. Whatever it is that you can have some more activities under one topic. So like that, you have to prepare the intervention plan for 3 months. Okay. So now I don't see that it is focused only for writing. So if your main intention is improving writing, you have to have activities to improve their writing.
Okay. Intervention activity plan to enhance the active participation of grade 9 boys in English lesson. A range of interactive and student-centered activities will be implemented. These include interactive storytelling, where students create and share stories, role-playing to practice real-life scenarios and debates to encourage critical thinking and speaking skills. Additionally, technology-enhanced learning tools like quizzes and games will be used to make lessons more engaging. Collaborative learning activities will also be incorporated to foster teamwork and peer interaction. These activities will be introduced gradually over a set of time frame with regular feedback from students to evaluate their effectiveness and adjust strategies according to maximize participation and engagement. This is my time frame. This research follows a structured timeline beginning with the identification of the problems in January 1st to 2nd week through observation and discussion. This is followed by a literature review in January 2nd to 4th week, and first week of February to explore existing studies on student engagement. In February 1st to 2nd week, the research objectives and questions are formulated based on the finding. The research proposal is then prepared in February 2nd to 3rd week, followed by presentation and approval in February 3rd to 4th week. Upon approval, the research implementation take place throughout March 1st to 4th weeks, where intervention strategies are applied in grade 9 classrooms. The research report is written from March 4th week to April 1st to 3rd week, analyzing findings and discussions their impact. Finally, the study undergoes a reviews and submission in process in 4th week of April, ensuring accuracy and cohesion before completion.
Okay, right.
Ethical considerations. To ensure the ethical integrity of the study, I am strictly following key ethical principles. First, confidentiality of the students' data is maintained by keeping all student information anonymous and secure. Second, informed consent is obtained from students, parents, and teachers before participation. Third, fairness and objectivity are upheld by ensuring that all participations are treated equally. Last, privacy and respect are prioritized by creating a safe and comfortable environment for students. Research limitation. While this study aims to improve active participation among grade 9 boys in English lessons, there are a few limitations. First, the sample size is limited to single classroom, which may not fully represent all students. Second, time constraints when the interventions will be implemented over a short period. Lastly, the engagement may vary as some students may remain disengaged despite the strategies used. These are my references and annexure. Here in my research, I will use the annexures to gather qualitative and quantitative data on student engagement in English lesson. Annexure 1 will help identify students' attitude towards participation, preferred activities, and the challenges they face in engaging with English lesson. By analyzing their response, I can determine patterns in their writing participation level. Annexure 2 will provide the insight into the teachers' perspectives on student engagement, the strategies they use, and the challenges they encounter. This information will help compare students' experience with teacher observations, allowing me to evaluate the effectiveness of current teaching method. By combining data from both sources, I can develop a targeted intervention plan to enhance the student participation in English lesson, specifically focusing on grade 9 boys.
Okay, right, Putha. Now, tell me, how do you find time to do the activities?
Time.
That means now, are you doing only during your English period, or do you find some extra time?
Now using private classes and the relief periods.
Okay, so not the private classes. You can do it after. That means after school, you can keep the students with the permission. So, what can you do is right. Okay. So you now here in your case that you can select not only the boys, select some girls also, right? So you can have less than 10 students for the research, and you can accept that you are teaching during the relief periods. You can, with the permission of the parents, you can keep them after school hours, 1 or 2 days, 1 hour, like. So we'll see, right, Vita?
Okay,
Okay,
madam.
right. Next one.
It's me, madam.
Madam Shalai?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Rukaiya, ne?
Yes.
Okay, right.
Is it visible, madam?
Yes, can see.
Making down the bed.
Good evening, all. I am Abdul Wahab Rukaya, and this is my FNR number. FNR 210767. I'm Rukaya and I'm a teacher. I was appointed to teach maths and science. When I'm teaching factors and multiples for grade 6 students, I was trying my best to explain them what the factors are. The factors are the numbers that divide another number exactly without
Okay, can you show me your first slide to write down your name and the registration number?
Is it visible, madam?
Okay, give me 1 minute. Okay, right. Right, ready. You can continue.
Then even with the well-planned lesson plan and teaching aid, I faced some challenges to give the concept to some of the students inside the classroom. When I'm
Can
teaching,
you show me your topic?
topic will be in the next slide, madam.
Oh, okay, right.
I faced some challenges to give the concept to some of the students inside the classroom. I observed some students struggling to understand the concept of finding factors. When I questioned them, they were silent, and some were, when I give exercises, they were copying from their partners. So I understood it is important to overcome this challenge, and I chose this as my research problem. And the topic is enhancing the achievement levels of students facing challenges in finding factors in mathematics.
Okay, M capital, mathematics are M capital.
Okay, ma'am.
Right, okay.
So for this, I decided to keep a mini unit test for the whole classroom containing 10 questions and selected the target group. I selected by selecting them, the students who got marks below 5, and I got the target group number is 5 students. Significance of the study is this knowledge of numbers, factor and multiples can help the student to use the number in variety of operations and equation in mathematics. And also it is very useful for our daily day-to-day life needs like sharing, shopping, time management, and budgeting. And these are my research objectives and research questions. The research objective are recognize and learn factors and multiples, understand how to find factors and multiples, understand the real life application of factors and multiples.
Okay, understand is not measurable. So you can't use understand. With understand, you have to write something. Understand and name like that.
Okay.
So that with this understand, you have to write some measurable objective. Recognize and learn. Learn it's also not measurable. Recognize and learn factors and multiples. Recognize the factors and multiples.
Okay.
Examine how
Examine.
to find factors and multiples.
Examine how to find factors and multiples.
Apply apply the factors and multiples in real life situations.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. And the shall I read it, madam?
Okay.
And
And
the
same
research-
thing should be there in the research questions, right?
Okay.
They can't be different.
And the research question is, how can I make them recognize what factor is and how to help in finding the factors? What are the activities I can give them? How can I help them to apply in real life scenarios? These are my research questions. And the closed context is I use some tools to identify the problem. And so I observe them during the class hours, and also I gave written exams. I checked my reflective journal, which I write every day in a lesson plan. Also had some discussion with the students as well as with the other teachers. Along with that data collection, I went through some journals and videos, and these are some articles I went through the playful approach to maths, how to make maths fun, and special need for special kids. And these are some journals. In conclusion, by going through these journals, I got an idea of making this unit fun for the target group to keep them active in participation. So I selected play method to be implemented to make them active in participation and to involve them physically and mentally to grab their concentration towards the concept. For this, I designed 3 intervention plan: individual play, pair play, and group play. The play method is the design, this one. Through this, I designed the task from basic to the hard. This is my first intervention. The main aim is to enhance the knowledge of finding factors in play method with active participation. The first is individual play. For this, the first activity is providing students with colorful punch papers to arrange them and paste them in rectangle or square grid-like framework to get the factors. I have just added some photos by explaining by drawing, madam. The second one is providing dominoes card to make them circle by arranging in correct order. And the third activity is providing them with 10 to 10 multiplication table and asking them to circle the numbers to find the factors. So the second intervention is pair play. For this, asking question and answer testing method, like this, the table calendar, and in one place writing the question, and the one will ask, the other has to say the factors for that. It will be the backside of the calendar. The other one is giving a chart with 1 to 50 numbers and 2 sets of different color buttons and asking one to place a button on a number and the other one has to point out the factors by the colors, the specific colors I have given for them. And the card play method is there will be 2 players. The one has to put a card with a number, example 12. If so, the other player will put the factors for that. 12 means 1, 2, 3, 6, 4. These are the factors. This is the pair play method. And the group play is running front to find the factors for 1-digit number. One will be standing in front, 1-digit number. The factors for that will be running front. The second one is for the 2-digit numbers. And the other activity is popsicle sticks pick-up play. The other one is the threading play. In a paper plate, I will be writing a number in the middle and some numbers. The group members has to thread the numbers. The ethical consideration is permission from the sectional head and the parents, and also ensure the participation of the students and giving equal opportunity to all the students and maintaining confidentiality in the data. And this is the proposed time frame, madam. Identification of the problem is in January, 1st and 2nd week. Literature review, 2nd, 3rd week. Writing the research objectives is in 3rd and 4th week of January. And preparing the research proposal is from 3rd week of January to 3rd week of February. Presenting the proposal and getting approval in the last week of February. Implementation of the intervention is March. And writing the research report is from March 3rd week to the April 2nd week. And review and submission April 3rd and 4th week. And these are some references I went through, madam, the YouTube videos and also the teacher guides and creative learning and maths teaching method, madam. That's all, madam.
Pudha, what's a sample? How many students are there?
5 students, madam.
So then when are you going to do these activities for the students?
From this week, I can start, madam.
Yeah, so that means the time, that means when are you going to do what? How do you find time to do
I'm
that?
going to keep extra classes and going to do, madam, because this vacation, no, madam, holiday, Ramazan.
So then,
So that I'm going to keep classes at school, extra classes.
okay. Then, are you going to do your pre-test and then after that post-test and what's that? How are you going to measure?
I'm going to measure it. Normally, I'm keeping in school, they have told to keep classes. In
Hmm.
that class period, I will keep that exam and I'll select the target group, madam.
Okay, right. So then you can start with yes, from the test also you can do that. Right. From time to time you can measure their progress and finally you can have your post test, right? Okay.
Okay, madam. Okay, madam. Thank
Right.
you.
Okay. Right.
Madam, shall I do?
Okay. Jennifer.
Can you see the presentation, madam?
Yes, but I can see. Wait until I write your name.
Okay, madam.
Okay, right. You can continue.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jennifer from Norelia. My topic for the action research is minimizing the negative classroom behavior of 9 boys of grade 8 class during the science period. I have taken only the boys because in my class there are 20 children. Among 20, the boys are troublesome. They misbehave in the classroom. So I have taken 9 boys. These are the table of contents. Background of the study. Classroom is a place which provides a structured environment for teaching and learning. Classroom must have a pleasant environment for students as well as the teacher for a better teaching learning process. While teacher plays a major role in teaching process, students' behavior in the classroom is a crucial factor for the effective teaching and learning process. When students misbehave in the classroom, it disturbs the teacher and other students too. It reduces the effectiveness. Identification of the problem. Having those in mind, it was identified 9 boys of grade 8 class from Republican International School, Norelia, misbehave in the classroom during science period. So the research problem is to identify the causes behind the negative classroom behavior of 9 boys of grade 8 students of Republican International School and to rectify the problem by implementing new strategies. Significance of the study. As improving classroom behavior is not only good for a particular subject teacher, but also it helps the children throughout their educational journey. So I believe my topic and the research will impact the children in a long run. So the significance of my study, I have selected 3 points. The aim of the study is to improve the behavior of the children as it is very important for them throughout their educational journey. Behavior plays a major role when it comes to determine a person's character. At the end of the study, students will improve their behavior. My research objectives are to identify the causes of students' negative behavior in the classroom and to implement new strategies in the classroom for the students to be focused during the period, to evaluate their behavioral change and their performance in academics time to time.
With this one, how to implement, go to the objective again, how to implement new strategies in the classroom for the students to be focused during what period?
During the science period, madam.
Yes, during the science, otherwise there are so many periods during the
Yes,
science
madam.
period. to evaluate their behavioral change and their to evaluate the behavioral change with their performance. Go back to the objectives. To evaluate their behavioral change with their performance. That academics is a very broad thing. So you are going to assess that during all the subjects, or only during science subjects.
Only during science, madam.
That's the thing with academics, when to evaluate their behavioral change and their performance in science
Okay, madam.
from time to time, or during the OS. That's enough to evaluate their behavioral change and their performance in science. That's
Okay,
enough.
madam. Okay, madam. So these are the questions. Limitation of the study. As this is my first action research, poor experience or knowledge about the action research took me a lot of time to start the work, and I had to cover the syllabus while observing the selected group of students. So I can't waste others' time, as girls are also there in my class. I have to give some work to others, and as well as I have to focus on my project also. Lack of experience in data collection. I could not get the data from peer teachers on time, as they have different schedules, and I have some free periods. My peer teachers, whom I used for the interviews, they have some different schedules. Those were my limitations. Close context. So the tools I use to confirm the identified problems are observations and through interviews. Observations
That's
were,
good. Yeah.
I observed that the boys were talking to each other during science period. Students were less focused when theory was being explained. Students were laughing without writing the notes when the notes were written on the board. So I have some peer teachers, so I interviewed them. One teacher said that students do the same thing during her subject too. And the other one said, students are not very much interested in writing notes. I also observed that. And another teacher said, students refuse to follow instructions.
Okay.
Academic context. These are some articles I went through. My
So then
intervention
show it again, the articles. So then here that the most important part is not there. The article is this, and you have to write the important points, author, source, and then important points should be, that's the most important thing, right? Okay. All right.
intervention plan, research methodologies, action research method, sample size, 9 grade 8 students, sampling technique, purposive sampling, data collection method, observations and interviews. Intervention activity plan, as we have only 2 weeks to do this, because we are going to have our first term exam in this at the end of this month. So I have only 2 to 3 weeks to do this. So I have selected some activities, only 3 activities. The first one is allocating the misbehaving boys as group leaders in classroom activities. As science has many activities to be covered, I thought of allocating the misbehaving boys as group leaders in activities. The activity is to making circuits as groups. The methods, we have 20 children in my class, so dividing them into 5 groups. So 5 leaders will be there, giving them the activity of making electric circuits from the textbook. Let the boys involve and take the leadership from their groups. So the resources I'm going to use are the textbooks and electric equipments. That is the first one. Second activity, giving permission to draw the diagrams on the board during science period. I have noticed, and my peer teachers also, they told me that children are sometimes they feel boring when the theory is being explained. So I thought of giving the permission. Usually we draw the diagrams. When I start to draw the diagrams, they will be laughing, they will be talking to each other. So to avoid that, I will be selecting a random person. Every day I will select a person and I'll give the marker to draw the diagrams and some figure related to the topic. The method is giving chance to the children to access the whiteboard to draw the figures or the diagrams whenever they want to copy them in their writing book to make the lesson more interesting through drawing diagrams.
வந்துட்டாள் ஆ
Resources that I'm going to use are the textbook and materials from eTaxalawa. The third activity I'm going to do is rewarding with stars. So actually, the activity will be asking questions from the random child. I usually do that once I covered the unit. I'll take the whole day, the whole period to ask questions from the children. So I'm going to beforehand I'm going to tell them to keep a notebook for that. The method is to inform the children to keep a small notebook to receive a sticker whenever they answer the question correctly. So asking questions from the children on the theories which have been covered already. So every month, maybe every week, I'll be checking how many stars the problematic one or the boys I have selected they have. So I'll be motivating them to get more stars. By doing this, two objectives or two things can be done. One, I can make the subject more interesting, and the way they behave will also be reduced because they will be more interested to get the stars. So they will study and come. The resource I'm going to use is the textbook. So this is the time frame. Identification of the problem. We have started the class. We started the class during second and third week. So I chose third week. Literature view, fourth week. Writing the research objectives, February, first week of February. Preparing the research proposal, second week of February. Presenting the proposal and getting approved, third and fourth week of February. Implementation of the research, first, second, third of March. Writing the research will take May 4th and first week of April. Finally, I can review and submit my project during second and third week of April. Ethical consideration, ensuring to obtain permission to go ahead with the research from the relevant school authorities. I have already spoken to the management and my principal too about this. Ensuring to obtain the consent from the individuals who are being interviewed. And the children also, they know about this. Ensuring the confidentiality of the identities of the individuals who provide information of the research. I'm not going to use the teacher's name or the principal's name or the official's names here. So I'm going to ensure the confidentiality. That's all, madam. Thank you.
Right. So then what's the number of students that you are going to take for the research?
9 boys, madam.
9. Okay, right. So then how long that you're going to do the research? That means the time duration?
3 weeks, madam.
Right. So then during these 3 weeks, so then how do you find time to do this research?
As I'm the class teacher and the subject teacher, I have 6 periods per week, madam. So
Good.
altogether, I will have 18 periods per month.
Right.
I
Then
can cover.
how can you focus only on those 9?
There are less children in my class, madam, 20. So during class period, I can observe.
Okay. Right. Right. Okay.
Okay.
Who will do next?
Madam, shall I start?
Hilini.
Yeah.
Philip, are you doing today?
Yes, ma'am, I will do.
Okay. Right.
I will do next, ma'am.
Okay. Right.
Can you see, madam?
Yes. Wait until I write your name.
Okay.
Okay. Right. You can start.
Okay. Then I'm Dilhansi Kalakdeepani. Here is the topic: improving English handwriting skills among grade 6 students.
Okay. Good.
Yes. I'm pleased to I'm pleased to share my research on enhancing English handwriting skills. As a private tutor, I have been teaching for grade 6 students since 2023. Through my experience, I have noticed that many students struggle with handwriting, particularly in areas like letter formation, spacing, and alignment. These challenges not only affect their academic performance but also impact their confidence. In this research, I am focusing on grade 6 students to identify common handwriting difficulties and implement structured techniques to improve their skills. My goal is to develop effective strategies that can help students write more clearly and efficiently. By the end of this study, I hope to provide particular solution that will benefit students, teachers, and parents also. Then here is an overview of the presentation what I'll cover today. You can see it. And here the background of the study. Before we get into the details of this research, let's take a moment to consider how important handwriting is in daily life. Many students struggle to take notes or finish exams on time simply because their handwriting is unclear or slow. As a teacher, I have personally observed this challenge among students. As a private tutor working with grade 6 students, I have observed that some of them struggle with letter formation, spacing, and alignment. They often affected the students' academic performance and confidence. Some parents are concerned about their child's slow and unclear handwriting. Recognizing these issues, I decided to focus my research on finding effective strategies to improve handwriting skills in grade 6 students. The goal is to provide structured techniques that will help students write more clearly and efficiently. We'll move to the next slide here. Identification of the problem. Through observation and handwriting assessment, I found that many students face difficulties with poor letter formation, inconsistent spacing and alignment, and finally, difficulty maintain proper speed and control. First one, let's see, poor letter formation. Here, letters are often unclear, inconsistent in size, so incorrectly shaped. The another one is inconsistent spacing and alignment. Words may be too close or too far apart, and letters may not stay properly aligned on the line. Finally, difficulty maintain proper speed and control. Some students struggle to write smoothly, either writing too slowly or speedily, which affect readability. These challenges indicate the need for effective instructional strategies to help students develop clear, legible, and confident handwriting. Here, the significance of the study, why is this research important? This study is important for several areas. What are they? Let's see one by one. Here, the first, for students. Improving handwriting, it enhances their writing clarity, speed, and overall confidence. How it helps for teachers? It provides structured strategies. It is helped to develop students' better handwriting skills. It helps not only teachers but also parents. For parents, this study may offer how parents can support their children's handwriting development at home through guided practice and encouragement. And finally, for education system, better handwriting contributes to overall literacy improvement. We will move to the next slide. Here, the research objective. The main objective is to improve the English handwriting skills of grade 6 students through targeted instructional strategies and practice techniques. Under that, I have created some specific objectives. First one is to identify common handwriting difficulties faced by grade 6 students. Second one is to develop instructional materials and activities to address these difficulties. Third one, to evaluate the impact of structured handwriting exercise on students' performance. We will move to the next slide. Here I have created some research questions.
What do you mean by structured handwriting exercises?
I'll give madam some there's line paper like that to enhance their handwriting skills.
What do you give?
There's a line paper and a paragraph writing like that.
Structured handwriting. Okay. Yes, we'll see.
Here the research questions. The class contest. As part of the initial stage, I conducted a pre-test to identify common handwriting challenges among students. From this, I noticed issues with letter formation, spacing, and alignment. Although I haven't started the full research process, these initial findings are already given me a clear idea of the key areas that should need improve. First one is classroom observation, student work analysis, student parent input, and final initial assessment. The classroom observation, through the observation, I noticed students struggling with letter formation, spacing, and alignment. And some students wrote too slowly. Student work analysis here reviewed students' written assignment and I noted common handwriting errors. Then another one, student parent input. Some students are frustrated about their handwriting also. Parental involvement is very, very important. Some parents are concerned about their child's slow and unclear handwriting. Then another one, initial assessment. In this part, I conduct informal handwriting test. It means copying sentence and writing paragraph. By using rubrics, that's a rubric means criteria to measure students' progress and specific areas. As an example, letter formation, spacing, and alignment. Through these criteria, I can measure progress. Is it good or it should be need to improve like that. Here the academic contest. Here I have found some academic findings related to my research on Google Scholar. Here I have mentioned 5 of them. You can see another 3 here. Then intervention plan. Research methodology is action research methodology and sample size is 5 students of grade 6. That's a purposive sampling and data collection methods are observation, pre and post assessment test, initial assessment and instructional strategies and activities. Now let's go through the intervention plan step by step. First one is initial assessment. Activities, copy a short paragraph about my house. As the first step of my intervention plan, I provided a student with a worksheet containing some simple paragraph about my house and asked them to copy it into their notebooks. This allowed me to observe their handwriting closely and identify common errors in areas like letter formation, spacing, and alignment. By analyzing their writing, I was able to understand the specific difficulties each students faced and plan targeted activities to improve their handwriting. Resources are worksheets and students' notebook. When we consider about the next step, the second step is instructional strategies and activities. Based on the assessment results, I plan to introduce specific strategies to improve handwriting, including letter formation drills, spacing and alignment exercises, pencil grip and posture correction, and finally engage in worksheets and games. Here, letter formation drills. The student will practice writing individual letters using guided tracing and freehand exercises. Spacing and alignment exercise. Here, aligned worksheets will be used to help the student maintain proper spacing, better letters and words. Pencil grip and posture correction. Here, I'll demonstrate the correct way to hold a pencil or pen and sit properly to ensure comfort and control while writing. Finally, engage in worksheets and games. Fun activities like matching letters, copywriting exercise will be included to keep the student motivated. Resources are handwriting practice sheets, line papers, and activity worksheets. The third one is structure, practice, and feedback. To reinforce learning, students will engage in daily 10 to 50 minute handwriting practice sessions. They will copy a short passage each day, and parents will be asked to check their child's work, provide encouragement, and sign off on the practice. In the next class, I'll collect and review their work to track progress. I'll provide constructive feedback, highlighting its strengths and areas for improvement. To keep students motivated, consistent effort will be rewarded with stickers, stars like that. Resources are practice notebooks and feedback forms. Another step is final assessment and evaluation. At the end of the intervention, a student will complete a final handwriting assessment similar to the initial test. Their work will be compared to the pre-test to evaluate improvements in letter formation, spacing, and clarity. To ensure structured evaluation, I plan to use evaluation rubrics to measure specific areas of handwriting improvement. These rubrics will help assess progress in a clear and systematic way. Additionally, I will gather feedback from students and parents to understand their experiences, any remaining challenges. Finally, I will reflect on the overall effectiveness of the intervention and identify further steps for continuous handwriting development. The resources are assessment sheets and evaluation rubrics. We will move to the next one, time frame. This is the time frame outline. You can see in January, I focused on identifying the problem and conducting a literature review. In February, I worked on formulating research objective and questions, followed by preparing and presenting the research proposal. By March, I plan to obtain approval and begin implementing the research. The final phase, I'll involve analyzing results, writing the research report, and completing the review and submission process. Here, the ethical consideration. In conducting this study, I have followed key ethical principles. First one, informed consent. I obtained permission from students and parents before starting the research. Confidentiality. Student handwriting sample and personal information are kept private. Third one, voluntary participation. Students
That,
join.
when it comes to confidentiality, that you have to keep the identity of the students confidential, because you can't reveal their name. So whatever it is, that you can have pseudonym. So you can have A, B, C, D, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you can give some names of flowers like. So that is rather than that handwriting, sample handwriting. It's not the problem that if their names are revealed, only the problem. So you can use pseudonyms. That means false names for them. Or A, B, C, D, or 1, 2, 3, 4. You can give.
Okay,
Right?
ma'am. Okay. That's a fourth one, non-harmful approach. I used positive reinforcement to boost confidence and avoided any negative impact. Here the research limitation. While conducting this research, I identify a few limitations. First one, time constraints. This research period may be too short to observe long-term handwriting improvements. Second one, external factors. Students' motivation, home environment, and parental support could affect progress. Third one, resource limitations. Limited access to specialized handwriting tools may impact effectiveness. Fourth one, student engagement. Some students may not consistently follow practice routines, influencing results. We will move to the next one, expected outcomes. Through this study, I aim to help students to improve their handwriting skills by focusing on letter formation, spacing, and alignment. As a result, they will gain more confidence in their writing, which can positively impact their overall academic performance. Additionally, this research will help me identify effective teaching strategies that can be used continuously to support students in developing better handwriting. Finally, the findings from this study will provide valuable insights for future research on handwriting improvement. These outcomes will not only benefit the students involved, but also contribute to enhancing teaching practice. This slide presents handwriting samples from 3 different students. I have labeled as A, B, and C. These samples were collected as part of the pre-assessment to analyze common handwriting difficulties, such as letter formation, spacing, alignment, and consistency. Observation from these samples will guide the development of targeted handwriting improvement activities. By comparing these examples, I can better understand individual challenges and I can track progress over time. Here the weekly handwriting progress. I designed these sheets to track the students' handwriting progress weekly. It assesses key criteria such as letter formation, word spacing, line alignment, punctuation, and overall neatness. Here I will provide feedback based on the students' performance, while parents will also have the opportunity to review and acknowledge the students' progress by signing the sheet. This criteria will help to monitor and encourage both the students and parents to stay engaged in the handwriting improvement process. The end of the yeah. Thank you, madam, and thank you all for listening.
Actually, it was a good presentation because it consisted almost all the things.
Thank you,
That's
madam.
good. Yeah, everything was there. Good.
Thank you, madam.
Madam, may I do it next?
Shall you give our chance to Philip that he was waiting for a long period of time?
Okay.
I'll be waiting
Okay,
until
madam.
then.
Okay.
I'll take yours definitely, right?
Okay, madam.
Because all the girls are taking the opportunity, and so we should give him also the chance. Next time, Shalini, I'll take yours. Philip, are you ready?
Ma'am, can you see my screen, ma'am?
I can see, but it's better to have slideshow mod.
Now okay, ma'am?
Yeah, now I can see. Wait for a moment. Philip. FNR 210814. Okay, right.
Shall I start, ma'am?
Okay.
Okay. Good evening to everyone. Today I am going to present my research proposal about enhancing loud reading skill for grade 6 students in 1C school. And this is the table of the content and background of the study. I don't want for the school which I'm doing, so I don't want to mention the name, so I just take a student name as XYZ. A loud reading is crucial for fluency, pronunciation, and confidence. However, some grade 6 students at XYZ school struggle with loud reading due to lack of practice, low confidence, phonetic difficulties. These challenges negatively impact their literacy and communication skills. Basically, this study aims to explore students' difficulties, identify the causes, and suggest strategies to improve loud reading skills. An identification of the problem. In the XYZ, it is a Tamil medium school in a rural village. So many students struggle with English literacy because they don't have enough support at home. Through the creative approaches to teaching, this research aims to identify their difficulties with reading in order to improve their reading abilities. So significance of the study. For the significance of the study, reading is a key skill that enhances language development and comprehension. Strong reading skills help in better communication, academic success, and lifelong learning. Therefore, this research focuses on identifying challenges students face in reading aloud fluently and exploring strategies to improve their pronunciation, fluency, and confidence. And the research objective and the questions are same as the objective and the questions. First objective
This is not the way. This is not the way we have to write objectives and questions. So when we write objectives, only the objectives. The next slide is questions. You don't write like this, right? So then we can take the first one. Uses punctuation marks effectively, right? Pronounces, then uses, pronounces the words correctly, uses punctuation marks effectively, identifies, it should be same tense, identifies new words and read them properly. So now this is related to loud reading. So pronounces the words correctly, uses punctuation marks effectively, identifies new words and read them properly. Okay, so then next slide should be the questions. So what methods are most effective in helping students to improve their pronunciation of words? Why punctuation marks are important in reading? How to identify new words to improve how to improve reading skills, like whatever it is matter, right? So they should be two separate. Even when you are writing it in your thesis, that they should be in two different places, right? Okay.
Yes, okay. And close content. This research problem was identified through following tools. From first one is the observation. Second, the interviews from the teacher. I take interviews from 3 teachers who are teaching English in that school, ma'am. For that, some teachers say the first teacher said some students are not interested to read, and the second teacher told me even if some students are willing to read, the other high proficiency students are making fun of them. And the third teacher told me not identifying new words. The academic context. So for my research proposal, I read some articles, 4 articles from 4 different authors, ma'am.
Where are the key findings? That it means you have not read. Where are the key findings? The most important part has been left out. Then if you have key findings only, you can write the literature review. Otherwise, you won't be able to do that. Okay, go on. Continue.
Okay. And the intervention plan. For the intervention plan, research methodology is action.
Oh no,
research.
Pute, this is not the intervention plan. This is a research methodology. So then action research means research design. This is the methodology part. So we have written these things under not intervention, methodology. So then methodology is the key word here. Then you have right research design. Research design is the action research. Sample size 5 grade 6 students. Sampling technique, purposive sampling. Recognition with observation and questioning. Okay. The first thing should be change. Okay. Right. Next one.
The intervention plan, and this is my activity plan. The first activity is identify the reading level of students. For the first activity, I'm going to give read a short passage. The first step is the teacher will read the passage slowly, so the students will hear each and every word clearly. Then the second step, teach the meaning of the new words and check them randomly to see whether the students really understand. For this, I'm going to use their grade 6 reading book. The second activity, read a short story. The step is let the students read a short story that they already watched, so the students get familiar with the words, which makes it easier for them to understand. This helps build confidence and fluency in reading. For example, they can use the Radian way, the first step. And the third activity, wait ma'am. The third activity, ma'am, the teacher will show the flashcards with matching pictures. Example, cat with a picture of a cat. Then the second one is pronounces the word clearly and ask the students to repeat. Third, introduce a short and simple sentence with pictures. The fourth activity, action words game. The teacher will write a few sample words, action words on the board. Example: run, jump, clap, sit, stand, and read each word aloud and have students repeat after you. After I repeat, they also will repeat following me. The second one, say one word. Example, jump. If I say one word, the students will say it again. The students read the word on the board and do the action. The last one, at the end of the class, I will ask the student to say the word, and they will. I ask the students to read the word, and they ask them to do any action with which I told them. Then this is my time frame. The first one is the identification of the problem. For identification, I took 2 weeks from January 2nd and 3rd week. For literature review, the January 3rd and 4th week. For writing research objectives and questions, same the January 3rd and 4th week. Preparing research proposal, uh, January last week and the January 1st week. Presenting the proposal and getting approval, the February 2nd week. For implementing my research, I am taking 2 weeks, the third and fourth week of February. For writing the research report, the from March 1st week and the 2nd week. Then the last, the review and the submission, the March 3rd and the 4th week. And the ethical consideration. So for the first one is, we should get the permission from the school principal and other authorities in the school. So I already talked to the principal, and he also gave me the permission to conduct my research, ma'am. The second one, we should get the consent from the students. Before I am going to do this research, I will talk to the students who I got selected, and I will explain them what research I'm going to do to them. The third one, we should not mention the real name of the students. Instead, we can use some pseudonyms. The fourth one, we shouldn't use the photos or videos of the students without their consent. Fifth one, we should report their findings honestly and accurately. We should avoid fabricating and falsifying data. And data research limitations. A short data collection period could limit the area of the research. Language differences may influence understanding and responses. Students' involvement can be a limitation if they don't give their full active participation. Using observations and questionnaires too much could limit accuracy. Some students' parents won't support us if we want to take special concern towards them. And this is my references. This one.
How do you find time to do the classes for your sample?
During the class period, ma'am, I take some I have some time, and also during for the grade 6 students, there are some really free period. In that period also I will cover them, ma'am.
So are you now? How do you get the chance to teach these students? You discuss with the teacher and got the chance to teach.
Yes, ma'am. I discussed with the teacher. So the teacher also gave me the permission. She told that during her period, you can take your students and you can do your research with them, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So that means you discuss with the principal also, because earlier you were not teaching in a school. Then how did you get the
Yes, ma'am.
chance to do?
Yes, ma'am. Especially in the school which I selected, my mother is also a teacher there, ma'am.
Ah, then that's great, no? Okay,
Yes,
right.
yes, ma'am. So with my mother's help also, I talked to the principal. So the principal gave me the permission, ma'am.
Chance. Okay, good. So you can start with the pre-test. You can see their progress from the beginning. Then from time to time, you can do some tests to see their progress, and you can change the activities accordingly. And finally, you can have the post-test and compare the pre-test and post-test. Then you can see whether there's a progress in the students,
Change.
right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, good.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Next
Madam
one.
shall I do?
Okay. I don't know, Shalini will get angry with me. Anyway, I'll take yours at any time, right? Okay. Who is doing now? Akil Amir. Okay. Shalini, I'll give you a chance, right? Don't worry.
Okay, madam.
Can you hear me, madam?
Okay, I can see, but it's better to have the presentation mode. So I will have a separate date for you all to teach the how to write this, how to write the thesis and how to write the abstract, right? So we'll do one date. Right. Cool. You go to the top and there you can see slideshow. Then click on that. Then you can
Okay, madam.
now on the top that brown color thing that there's you can find slideshow. Click on that. When you click that, you can find from the beginning. Slideshow. You click slideshow. In this brown color bar, you can see the name slideshow.
Yes, madam.
Why? Akil, what's wrong with you? Tell me, will you take the chance then till Akil get ready?
Madam, can you see the slides?
Yes, for you also enlarge your slide.
Madam, I'm coming from the phone.
Okay,
That's
that's
why
fine.
I think.
You can enlarge. You can, even you are coming from the phone, you can enlarge.
Okay.
There can be a way that you can do that. Just try.
Madam, I couldn't find. Can you give another chance to someone, please?
Okay.
Shall I get one?
Okay, yes, Buddha. Akil also couldn't find it. Then now you can click this slideshow mode. Slideshow, you click on that, then you can see from the beginning.
Okay, madam. Madam, last week you gave me a chance, madam, but there were some problems there.
Okay, right.
Okay, madam.
Right, now, okay.
Okay, madam.
Right, you can start.
Okay, madam. Action research proposal presentation. My topic is improving fluency in speaking English of grade 6 students. Introduction. As most of the people don't use English language in their day-to-day life, young students face trouble of speaking English. Context. Demanding of using English language among young children such as grade 6 upwards. Focus addressing the gap in developing English language skills through practice. Goal. Investigate how to do the selected students develop their speaking skills. Background of the study. As most of the students don't have a chance to speak in English as their day-to-day use outside the language learning unit. As examples, when they are going to home and the society, they don't have a chance to speak in English. Present challenge. Most of the grade 6 students face challenges with the use in English language, like in their families, in the other classes like that. Focus developing the spoken English skills in the real world communication of grade 6 students when they are communicating at home and schools and with their peers. They don't have a chance to speak in English. Solutions using guided activities and develop spoken English skills in day-to-day life. Research problem. In a context where English isn't widely spoken in day-to-day life, students often lack the fluency they need to speak confidently in English. Problem statement. Despite language instructions, students continue to face challenges in speaking skill. Research questions. How does language teaching impact students' spoken English? Significance of the study. This study is significant because it aims to provide solutions for students who are learning in grade 6 class. It is important students' spoken skill increase in their confidence in real life communication. Benefits: teachers will gain insight into effective strategies for developing speaking skill. Students will benefit from more engaging and practical language activities. Research objectives: to explore how students patterns, sentence patterns are used in the day-to-day life among students without making grammar errors which were taught in the classroom by the teacher. To understand if spoken English helps students learn skills with years like sharing, kindness, and cooperation. To examine whether spoken English can help children fluency and manage their spoken skills and follow rules. To find out if English sentences can be used effectively by teacher to encourage good behavior. Provide recommendations to students which use English sentences in day-to-day behavior. Tools used to confirm the identified problems. Pre-intervention speaking assessment
Putra, go to the objectives again. Go to the objectives again. I want to correct some of them.
Yes, here, madam.
Wait. To explore how this is too long. To explore how English sentences are used in daily life among students without making grammar. Ambo, it's too long. Skill with peer. No. Actually, what do you want to do through this research?
Madam, I hope to build up this grade 6 students speaking skills in the
Okay,
day-to-day
so
life.
now in your go to the topic also that I wanted to remove certain words from the topic.
Improving fluency in speaking English of grade 6
Okay,
students.
okay. It's okay. I saw some other wrong. Okay, go to the objectives directly.
Yeah, madam.
Okay, so it's too much that you want to. No, you can first write to identify and to examine the reasons for lack of fluency in the lack of fluency of English in students. Then to identify the strategies to improve their fluency in English.
The strategies. Okay, madam.
3 would be enough. Strategies. What else? Skills with peer. To examine whether spoken English can help children fluency and manage the known of that. Find out if English sentence can be used effectively. To investigate whether the students are using correct grammar, correct grammar in their when using language. Correct grammar when using language. That's enough. Okay.
Those used to confirm the identified problems. Pre-intervention speaking assessments, structured speaking activities, oral presentations, role plays, surveys and interviews, collect information of students, attitudes and confidence of relevant to spoken English, teacher observation, identify spoken English difficulties in day-to-day activities. Academic context, theoretical foundations, guided communication, second language acquisition theories suggest language fluency.
In academic context, that I have given you a structure to write the name of the research journal, author, year, key findings. So it should go like that. then only you can, if you, then only you can write the literature review part if you have like that. Okay, now what you have done, you can explain now. Okay.
Supportive research, communication and English by Padathi Nagasundara, 2015 Practical English Grammar, Thompson and Martin, 2010 from 2015. To face this challenge, we will able to use qualitative action research approach designed to help us to realize specific need of grade 6 students. Approach qualitative action research is investigate the impact of spoken English skill, pre-intervention, basic speaking test, intervention, spoken English activities, post-intervention, speaking English assessment, how to collect data, speaking test surveys, reflective journals, and teacher notes. My time frame is identify the problems January first week, writing the research objectives and getting approval second, third, and fourth week of January.
The second one, not the writing research objectives, writing the research proposal, writing research objectives and research proposal. No, not the objectives are not approved. Writing the research objectives and the proposal. Next one, and then, yes, write the proposal. Next one, presenting the proposal and getting approval. Okay, right. Then
proposal. Okay. Presenting the proposal and getting approval.
Implementation of the activities. Implementation of the intervention plan, not research. Research again. We have implement implementation of the intervention plan.
Okay, madam. Writing the research report. First week of the March. Review and submission. Fourth week of the March. Activity design, examples, role plays, problem solving activities, intervention, simple activities, basic conversations, examples, role playing daily situations. Second, interventions, complex activities, peer interactions, examples, group activities and debates. Ethical consideration, informed consent, ensure that the students and parents have an understanding about the study's nature. Confidentiality, anonymize details to protect the students' identities, not using the real names of the students, not capturing the students' photographs. Reflective journals, this will give both the students and teacher valuable view of the learned by improve their speaking skill fluency. Purpose, reflect the effectiveness of the task. Students share their experiences, progress, and age. Teacher assess the success of each interaction and correct. Conclusion, we hope to provide students the tools they need to speak confidently in English. Summary, action research aims to develop the speaking fluency in English of grade 6 students. Thank you, madam.
Is your sample? How many students are there?
I will take 4 students.
4 students.
Yes, madam.
Oh, it's better if you can improve more than 4, because then you can do your activities for more students. How do you find time to do this speaking activities?
And I'm doing some tuition classes, and I hope to start a new class for taking those students as a group class.
That means after school?
No, madam. Oh, yes, after school, though, Saturdays, Sundays.
So you have to get permission from the parents. So first of all, you have to get permission from the principal, sectional heads, and permission from the parents if you are going to keep children, right? Okay, right.
As a tuition class, can I do that, madam?
But you have to, since you are doing in your tuition class, you have to get permission from the parents. This is a must, right?
Okay, madam. Okay, madam. Thank you.
Okay. Who will do next?
Shall I do?
Akhil. Okay.
I got network problem.
Okay.
Is it visible?
Can't see, Putta. Okay, right now. Okay. Mm. Akhil,
Can
continue.
you
Yes.
see my screen?
Okay. Can somebody else do? Why? Who will come next? Hello, who will come next? Hurry up, Shalini. Are you there? Are you ready? Hello. Hello, what are you doing now? Prasadi, are you ready? Prasadi Purnika. Mahi. Hello.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Hmm.
I'm Ritika, ma'am. Actually, I'm sick. That's why I was not talking. Tomorrow I'll
Okay.
try to present
Okay.
my.
It's okay. Sumaya, are you ready? Why? Hello. So there are 12 students. So out of them, at least 2-3 people can do. That's all. Others are not doing. Then shall we end the meeting? Is there anybody who would like to do? Shakila, Prasadi Purnika. Then can you get ready for to do tomorrow? Hello. So shall we end the meeting then?
Madam, I will do it on tomorrow because I couldn't find the option that
Right. Others also the same. Yes, no one can do today.
Zoom in.
Others also the same. Okay, so we'll end the meeting today because since others are not ready. So we'll have your classes, your presentations tomorrow. Everybody get ready, right?
Madam,
Yes, Vita? Yeah, yes, Nalika.
No, madam, I just
Madam,
said.
how to find key findings?
Key finding means that you have to read the article and find the points related to the research. Then they are the key findings, the
Hmm.
sentences or the paragraphs. So what are related now when you find journal articles related to your topic? What is related to your research? That means whether somebody has done similar thing to yours or similar strategies or similar activities, whatever it is that related to yours, that they are the findings in that journal.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
Shall we meet tomorrow then? Others, since others are not ready.
Okay, madam.
Right. Okay. See you tomorrow. Others
Thank
all
you,
get ready,
madam.
right? Because we have only 2 days to take your presentations. So you get ready. Otherwise, that we won't be able to finish this. Right? Okay. See you tomorrow.
Okay, ma'am. Good night, ma'am.